What is up, geeks? So today I have a special review of these two cosplay swords. I'll be reviewing one because they're both the same, but they're from Attack on Titan, one of my favorite animes of all time. And it's also known as Shingeki no Kyojin, SNK, in Japan. So yeah, I actually cosplayed as Eren Yeager, the main protagonist of the series. I think my first Comic-Con that I've ever been to. I think that was in 2012 or something like that. I really wish that these cosplay swords came out at that time, but they just were recently released at GameStop. I'm not sure if any other companies are selling them right now. I only saw it at GameStop. You could probably find it online, but I got it for a cheap price. I got it for $10 for both of these. I don't. They were both on sale, so I'm not exactly sure. I think the regular price is $20 for both. $10 per sword, which is not too bad. I mean, it's made of nice plastic, but it's not, metal. It can't obviously cut you or anything like that, but it's good for cosplay. So there's also some special functions here, but let me show you the packaging first of all. So you can see there, it says Attack on Titan Roleplay Sword, and like I was saying, that special function here is this trigger release blade, just like in the anime or the manga, whichever one you're into. It releases so that way you can put another blade on there. So that's pretty cool. So here you can see the Titan in the background, and this just shows off that function I was talking about. So you press one of these things here. We'll get into it once we open it up. And a nice picture. It looks like it's Eren Yeager. And it says here, Kodansha. That's the company name. Oh, ThinkGeek. So, okay, so you can get this on ThinkGeek.com. So, that's pretty neat. So, I can't wait to open this up. Oh, it also has the Funimation logo there, too. So, let's unbox this thing. Okay, guys, so we have it outside of the packaging. And I have to say, offhand, it looks really nice. If you want to do a shoot with it, it could definitely pass as a nice cosplay item. Now, as functioning wise, if this didn't advertise the trigger release thing, I wouldn't really hate on it so much, but the fact that they advertise that kind of gets me upset. So if you wanted to just use this as a nice cosplay thing for your shoot, having it detached and whatever, that's cool. But if you wanted to do it during your cosplay, for a video, or at the con showing it off to people, you can't do it easily. So this is how the trigger release works. You have to push this all the way, meanwhile push this down, and then somehow find a third arm to detach that. But what I do is I put this between my knees and then do that. So that kind of defeats the purpose, especially in the anime and the manga. That's not how it works. I wish that these buttons actually did something. It's nice that these do function in the sense that they go in and out. And this one also functions in the fact that it goes in and out. But they really don't do anything. It would have been nicer if you could go like this and go like that, or press these triggers and do that, and maybe it would snap out. That way you can do it with one hand, but to do this, you really have to innovate, and it kind of defeats the purpose of the ad of showing off that it's a trigger release. It doesn't make sense to me. But I will say, for what you're paying for, it's definitely worth it. I mean, $20 at GameStop. If you can find it somewhere else, it's probably going to be $25, $30. Yeah, it's a little pushing it, but for what you're paying for, I mean, this is a cheap item. You're not expecting, a real sword. If you go for that, it's probably going to be at least in the 70 range, 100 range, depending on what it is. And you might even have some issues bringing it into the con anyway. So this is a nice, safe item, lightweight, which I really like. Of course, that goes with the fact that it's hollow and cheap, but it's good for cosplay. It's good for roleplay. So I will say I like the paint that they have on the handle. It's a nice shimmery gunmetal kind of gray paint. I think it looks really nice. It makes it look a little bit more authentic. Now, this is the part that makes it look cheap. This brown plastic here, it doesn't really, like, this part looks really great, but then this part kind of makes it look cheap. And then, of course, you have the other side, so it shows off the screws, again making it look a little bit cheaper. This part also is it shows the copyright here. Okay, so unfortunately this is not like a sticker that's removable, so you'll be seeing that in your cosplay shoot. You could always do Photoshop, but that's just a little bit of a gripe there. Now the blade itself, definitely you could tell it's a plastic, especially the way it shines. Now it would have been nice if they could have added some dry brushing. They could have gone for a different color just to make it look a little bit more authentic. Now if you're going for a comic look or a manga look, this actually looks really great, because I mean, this is how it exactly looks in the manga. Even with the TV show, the anime, this is how it looks, a very simple look. Now if you're trying to go for a realistic look, of course, maybe you can do some dry brushing yourself. And of course this is cheap, so if you mess up, it's not the end of the world. I mean, you could just experiment with this, I presume. So this is pretty good. I kind of like it. Not perfect, but I'd rather have these than the real thing, or getting another replica. There's just a lot of money. So let me show you guys how it looks like when it's detached. Okay, so this is the inside. Let me see if I can kind of show. You could kind of see there the spring on the left side, and that part moves when I try to push this in. That part moves, and then all the way on the right. It's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see it when you press this down. Would have been really nice, like I said, if these triggers and this brake looking thing would work, but they don't really do anything. I do like how there's a wire here. Now just be careful, of course, if you're cosplaying, this can definitely get caught on something and you don't want it to break. I feel like that would break pretty easily, but it's nice and pliable, which is good. And so let's see how it is when you attach this thing. I haven't tried it yet. I've only detached it. So let's see how easy it is. Maybe it's easier just to reattach it than to detach. So we put it in like that, and I think that's it. Okay, so it doesn't really snap on, but now I think it's fully attached. So unfortunately, I wish it was a nice snap. That would be pretty, that would feel good at least. And if it snapped out, it would definitely make a world of difference, but it doesn't. So these things are pretty cool. So let me show you guys how it looks like relative to me, as far as its scale. Okay, so this is how it looks relative to me. I think it's pretty much in scale. It's just that, if you're taller, these might be a little bit short for you, but being that I'm 5'6", I think it's perfect size. So I think it looks pretty good. So anyway, I hope you guys liked this review of the Attack on Titan roleplay swords. More videos to come. Please stay tuned. More cosplay videos, actually. I have a really cool helmet that I'm going to be reviewing soon, and I know you guys are going to really be hyped for that. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, embrace, express, and enjoy yourself. May the Force be with you always, my young Padawan.